Hey, Ben here again with you. Welcome to Studio on the Lake. Today we're going to go ahead and make a wooden bench carving knife. The coffee's on. Let's go ahead and get started. I've made several of these, but this is the current one.
Here's another piece of experimental work.
Got to apologize a little bit for the focus on this one, so I'll just go ahead and speed this thing up. Straightforward. Cut the blank out. This is a chunk of walnut. It will not get any finish on it. I do not like finish on my hand tools. As usual, I go ahead and put a center line in. That's the knife end of the business. This will be the slot for where the blade sits in it. It's precision ground 01 oil hardening steel. I think it comes in, what's that say, 18 inches. In all fairness, I did recut this knife blank. I didn't like the shape of it. After I went ahead and measured out and cut off the tool steel, I decided that the fit was terrible and went ahead and recut the blank and then went ahead and filed the groove for the knife blank to sit in. Here, just defining the basic shape of it. Those of you that are pretty sharp will notice that I drew it upside down. I do have power tools, mills and that sort of thing, and grinders and whatnot. But this is pretty simple and just basic, and it's easy to finish this off real quick. It's a little bit more accurate if you go a little bit slower, and it's kind of fun playing around with the hand files. That's about the basic profile right there. Drilling a couple holes in it. First one I'll go ahead and drill and pin. That drill bit could have been sharpened, but I'm only drilling 2 holes. A little cutting oil goes a long way. This tool steel is annealed. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to drill those holes in it. There's the first one. I didn't show that. I'll go ahead and pin that, and then we'll go ahead and drill the second hole. The pin is simply a piece of brass rod, and it's been used before. You notice from the little bend in it for beating on it. Now that that's pinned, I'll go ahead and drill the second hole for a reference so they line up. There you go, 2 holes, blades in there nice and tight. You can see I went ahead and filed out that groove a little bit. There is a slot in the bottom that's not filled in. Just the nature of the beast when you set a blade this way as opposed to cutting it in half. While it's pinned in there, I'll go ahead and do a little bit more work on the blade shape itself. These are velour files, needle files. Thought it might be fair to take you back a little bit and show you what I did prior to drilling and pinning it. Went ahead and worked both sides of this, got it down where I needed to, and again, those are the velour needle files. I wouldn't recommend you pick those up. They're a little bit pricey, but it's kind of fun getting back to old school and using the hand files. And as you can see, it doesn't take that long. This one's got kind of a unique shape, and I'm setting a shoulder in it. It's got a little bit of an oval shape to it. It's kind of hard to tell. I did swap it back and forth several times. Little brass brush there, cleaning out the files. Keep them cutting nice. That's that oval shape, setting the shoulder. Getting a rough shape. All right. You can see I went ahead and smoothed and rounded the edges just a little bit. I'll go ahead and sand it from this point. You won't get to see all of that. I'm primarily just smoothing it out a little bit, see how it fits in the hand. You can see the blades drilled and ready to go, sitting in the corner of the bench there. It's got a good feel, sits in the hand. I'm making this one a little prettier than I normally make because I make them for myself. I don't normally make them for the video. Those of you that are paying attention will notice that I set the knife blade in there upside down. And once it's pinned in there the correct way. Time to go ahead and pull the pins. Getting ready to harden. This tool steel comes with instructions. It talks about hardening. We're looking at about 1450 degrees. And I'll tell you how we get to that as we go along here. It's ready to be hardened. Vice grips holding it there. This guy was brilliant. Another bonehead maneuver here. You'll notice that I went ahead and adjusted the torch and did it all out of frame. I guess that sort of makes sense because it's a little bit safer. You should probably be paying attention to what's going on with that torch as opposed to being in frame for the camera. But unfortunately, you're not going to see a whole lot of me heating this up. This was shortened down a little bit. Got the oil dip right there, ready to go. That's a magnet that I grabbed off the table, and you notice it's stuck to it. When the properties of the steel get to a certain temperature, a magnet will no longer stick to it, and it's not magnetized. And you can see right there, tapping the magnet, it's not sticking to it. So I'm going to take it just a little bit further than the magnet. The magnet should be around 1400 degrees. Now it's ready to quench. The guy's pretty talented. He went ahead and shut that torch down out of frame with one hand. Don't try this at home. I'm not concerned about it warping, being as small as it is. Okay, grabbed another file, checking the hardness out. And seems to be skating right off there, so we got a good hardened blade. This is that a piece that's going to go in the bottom of the knife there. There's a section where the blade isn't wide enough, which kind of makes sense. You don't want to waste, that tool steel is fairly expensive. You don't want to waste it to be as wide as your knife is at the front, and yet to be comfortable in your hand, the knife needs to be there. You see my favorite knife I made about 15 years ago. You'll see that later on, laying there on the bench. It's not nearly as pretty, and that's on its 4th or 5th handle. There's the piece that goes in behind the blade. You'll see that here in a minute, and that'll get cut down. Needed just a shave. It was a little bit tight going in there. It's a good fit. 5-minute epoxy. Talked about this stuff before. Doesn't necessarily set up in 5 minutes. You've got a little bit more working time, but you need to be moving right along. You got to have your plan together before you mix this stuff up. Apply liberally throughout. Fill all the gaps. This epoxy with the pins will hold that hold that blade in the handle for several years, although the blade will well outlast the handle, as you can see from what's left of that. You see over there by the hammer, my favorite knife. I made that blade probably 15 years ago, and it's on its 4th or 5th handle, and I don't spend a whole lot of time making the handle very pretty. Setting that pin, don't want it set too far in there. Don't want to cut both sides of it off. I'm going to have to cut that and file that at some point, so no sense in getting it stuck all the way through. Looking for a good place on the vise without doing too much damage on the wood. Put those down just a hair so I don't have to file quite as much later on. Here's that slot I was talking about on the bottom. Go ahead and fill that up with glue. I cut that piece, it's laying right in front of the hammer there. And that's going to slide in there. That's just sitting there to fill out the handle. Makes it a little bit prettier, a little bit smoother on your hand. Make sure you got a good fill with the glue. I won't trouble you and show you, but I'll just take a knife and trim that off flush once the glue is set. It's kind of miraculous, all this glue slopping it all around. I didn't really get any glue on my hands. Looking for a place to set this thing down. I looked at the vise, and it's got some glue on the vise there. I thought, well, I'll clean it off, but no. I just grab a piece of cardboard and lay this thing out so you can take a look at it. I'll wipe that vise off later. There you go. Skipped way ahead. Done a lot of work, a lot of filing. Filed down the pins, smoothed out the blade again, and then did a little bit of work on the handle. I will not put a finish on this. I don't like finishes on my tools. I like them to collect the oils from your hand. It's got a good feel. That blade will last for 15, 20 years and go through, 3 or 4 handles. There's what it looks like. That's the one I made 15 years ago. That's my favorite knife, and you can see the blade is a lot thinner. Haven't been sharpened many times over the years, and the handle's not much to look at, but it does feel good in your hand. And that's what they look like, brand spanking new. I didn't sharpen it. I'll do that in a later video. Hey, thanks for watching, and once again, please subscribe. I will do a sharpening video someday.